And welcome back to JoRaSe Dev. We are continuing work on getting the world built. Last time we brought the models into the world editor, and that left us with some interesting texturing issues. Issues that we're going to try to resolve by bringing everything in via code. And that's what we're starting with this time. So we're going to fire up the script editor and get our script opened up, and we have it here. And we need to set up a new function. So let's do that. I'm going to get it started here. I'm going to call it build map because that's what we're doing. And we want to use an int create instruction. And we want to pull in the terrain.mdl file. And then the vector for it. And we can check in WED to see where it is, and here we go, -16, 0, and 0. So that's what we will put in when we get back into sed here. There we go, and now we don't really have an action for it yet, so let's just put null. And now we need to call the function in function main, and it's best to do that after you get the level loaded. Alright, let's test it. Hey, looks like everything works, but where's that model? Well, we need to talk a little bit something about size. If you remember right, when we brought it into med, we scaled it up quite a bit, and we've got to do the same here to get this looking right. So we're going to make an action to cover the scaling, and I'm going to call it terrain scale. And we're going to be scaling the my.scale x, and that's going to be by 10. I looked back and calculated what the scale was, and since we have one and we're doing it on the same for the others, I'll just type it in. Why not? My.scale _y. We want them all to be 10 because we want a uniform scale. And then my scale _z. And they need to be lowercase. So there we have our action. We need a wait 1 instruction, but not inside parentheses. The 1 goes inside the parentheses. So now we have our action, and I'm going to put a hard carriage return between the two. And let's set up some barriers between the two, like so. We'll call this the function block. And up here, we will call this the action block. There, now we've got things labeled so we can have an easier shot of knowing where we need to be. All right, we've got the action made. We need to now replace null with the name of the action. Got that done. Let's run it and see if anything has changed. Oh, there we go. Definitely have something changed here. We need to be able to see, though, and that's going to require a camera. That being said, cameras can be kind of tricky. But we should be able to pull something together. One moment, I need to work on something right quick. All right, getting back to it. I wanted to spare you from me having to continually type stuff in and hope I got it right. It took a while, but now I know exactly what to type in to get a view from above. That's going to be a vec set. Works better if I'm in the right window and have it active, wouldn't it? So as I was saying, we need a vec set. This is going to be for the camera. .x. And we're going to then enter a vector for the camera.x to be set to. And this is where I had to really play around with the numbers. Don't want it going anywhere on the x or on the y. But the z, we want it going up 700. So let's see how that looks. And we should see nothing but blue. And indeed, we have nothing but blue. We need to rotate the angle we're looking at, don't we? Which is going to be one more vec set. This time it's again camera, but we're doing tilt, and then a vector, and we want -90. There we go. And if everything's done properly, we're going to have it looking right. Right down on the area. There we go. Looking down. And yes, I know it is quite bright. We will fix that. We will get to working on that later. Right now, we need to move this incrementally to where everything fits like it should. So let's start by making this 0 and see how that looks. Okay. So let's try maybe, we just have to start trying stuff. So 50 looks good for this direction. If it looks good for that one, let's try it over here. And maybe. Ooh, 50 going the other way. So we'll try -50. Oh, so close. So let's move this one 75. What do we have? We're getting there. 100 maybe? Well, probably not 1000. At least not yet. We're getting there. We are getting there. Let's try 150. That 150's not right, is it? Let's try moving this 100. So close. So close. Let's see if I'm right here. And I'm wrong. Let's try this instead. No, so this needs to be 100. Yep. See what 80 does here. I can live with that. And now you can see why I didn't want to take too much time earlier to go through and figure things out. And this will be the only time we do that for this game project, where I'm doing it and you're watching and eating up time while we're doing that. So with that being done, let's get ready to bring in our next model. And that is going to be the trees. So that's going to be another int create. And have to look and see what I called them. One moment. Silly me. I just called them trees. Trees.mdl. And vector. Now I'm going to have to play around with this one again. So I'm just going to set it to 0. And 0. And we're going to make another action, and we're going to call it trees scale. And since we scaled the one up by 10, I'm going to assume that this is going to be scaled up by 10 as well. So we'll just copy terrain scale and rename the copy to trees scale. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so there's the trees. Let's move them into proper position. See what 100 does here. Nope. Well, I see why it did nothing. I was clicked into the wrong place. How about now? Ah, that got it up. So, by that logic, if we do this, it should line up. And there we go, they're lined up. Excellent. And with that, we can come back into the world editor, and we can get rid of, well, we'll not get rid of it now because we will need to rebuild the map. But when we do, we'll get rid of, I'll go ahead and get rid of them. Get rid of the trees and get rid of the main terrain map. Save that, and I'm not going to build it this time because that will take time, and I'm trying to get stuff done here. But I don't know, I think we're good for now. I think we've done a lot. We've got a lot added to the script file. So let's just call that it for now. Hey there everyone. Just wanted to say thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Also, if you did enjoy the video, how about giving it a thumbs up? Alright, I will see you all next time.